Hey, we are back for week 2. What's up, people? We are talking about lease to own programs today. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. What's up, Ryan Johnson? I'm waiting on Miss Asia to jump on so I can add her to the mix. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Kayla. So I know, let's see. Aaron, how are you today? So while I am while I am waiting on Asia to jump on, what's up, startup? Waiting for her to jump on. I will just go ahead and quickly introduce myself. My name is Renee Johnson. I am a realtor slash associate broker with Virtual Properties Realty in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, like I said, we are talking about the lease to own program. And we have a special guest today. So I am just waiting on Miss Asia. Anybody out there that was here last week, just share one thing really quick. Okay, there's Asia. Let's bring her in. Go and bring her in the room. Come on in the room, Asia.
There you go, girl.
There she go.
What's
There you go.
up?
Hey,
So,
everybody.
I did ask. Okay, let's see. I did ask. Nobody said anything. While I was waiting for you, I asked anybody that was here last week anything that they wanted to share, and we can definitely open that up a little bit later on. But since you're here, please tell us about yourself for those who wasn't here last week.
Hey, everyone. My name is Asia Stoddard, and I'm a real estate broker slash investor slash probate specialist slash numerous other things besides a mom, a wife, a grandmother, and things of that nature. Am I breaking up?
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me clearly? Because somebody says I'm breaking up. Can you hear me clearly?
Can everybody else hear
Okay.
Asia? Just
Can y'all give me a thumbs up or something saying if y'all can hear us? If I'm breaking up? Okay. I don't know. I don't see nobody else saying anything. You see anything? Anybody saying anything else? Because I just see it said I'm breaking up. Or even you're breaking up.
go ahead. I can hear you,
It just
so
said
you
you're
can keep.
breaking up. Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been an investor for over 20 plus years. I've been a real estate agent for over 18 years full time. And love what I do. Love helping people. Love serving people. So that's it in a nutshell. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thumbs up. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. And we're here to share another
Absolutely.
nugget
So,
with everyone.
just really quick, like I said earlier, I am an associate broker and realtor as well here in the ATL metro area. Mother of two, 23, 25, grandma also, believe that. Um, Wife, hey, investor, real estate investor. Let's jump in. Let's get to the meat. Okay. So last week we talked briefly about just the process of home buying in general as a whole. Like Asia mentioned, and I mentioned when I just jumped on in the beginning. This week we want to talk more about options because I think there are options out there that a lot of people don't know about. So one of the options we wanted to talk about was lease to own programs. And so I have a program that I use here in Georgia that's called Dream America. And Asia has a program that she uses and with her clients called Home Partners. And so I wanted to be able to bring on my representative with Dream America. And I'll tell you a little bit about him before I bring him on. His name is Kemp Schuessler, and he's a managing director. Here, let me read this off so I don't mess nothing up. He's the managing director at Dream America and head of client acquisition and relationships. He oversees the team that takes prospects from the application to the approval process. Camp has been involved in financial service sector in many leadership capacities for over 30 years. He enjoys helping individuals and families achieve their goals by providing services by the Dream America program. There are unique services to help them get into the homes they desire and start living that American dream. So let me add Kemp to the call really quick. I'm going to invite him, and hopefully we all new to this, y'all. So hopefully Kemp will be able to jump on and join us. Hey, we doing
This is our second week doing it. Our second week, so
we
we
waiting
get
for
better
Kemp
at
to
it.
jump on. Oh, there you go. Look at you there. Yay!
Hey, everyone.
Thanks for being here. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
We definitely want to. I'm breaking up now. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? No. Oh, okay.
I
Okay,
can. You're
so
fine. No, I don't
wanted
hear you
to bring
breaking
you
up.
on, Kemp, so that what better person to explain the Dream America program than somebody who is with the company themselves. I currently have a client that is working with your program who has already been through the pre-approval process and everything, and basically we are shopping for homes. So if you can just take a few minutes to share with us what your program means and maybe answer some questions once you're done.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Thanks for having me. We just wanted to talk a little bit about who we are and what that means for clients, and then last, what it means for realtors. You mentioned my background. I came from an investment banking background and kind of a problem solution guy. Looking at certain things and career change, the financial industry has changed a lot. When I came across this opportunity, Dream America launched in 2018. And who we really are is trying to help folks that have the income and the savings necessary that have an obstacle to getting a mortgage. Those obstacles can be thousands and thousands. Credit score it needs to be worked on. They don't have a qualifying credit score. Maybe there are medical issues. Maybe there are gaps in income. They're going from a W-2 to self-employment, and all of those different scenarios. I think of us as a stepping stone from point A to point B. We really created the program to address that concern. With the big banks, it's just there's various fits and businesses, but a lot of mortgage companies, the way they are, and also too, an FHA mortgage has certain standards that maybe the client isn't, and so does a VA, and so do conventional. Maybe the client's not ready today, but they will be in the future. The other thing that we see a lot of is folks that are moving from the Northeast down south. They want to sell their house in Pennsylvania, for example, and move into the Georgia market. And we're a potential solution for that. Until they sell their house, they're going to have a debt to income issue. They have the cash necessary to join our program, but they don't, they need to unwind their house in the other state to have the debt to income work. So for one of a million different reasons that people aren't mortgage qualified today, Dream America has created a great program to fill that void. I would like to say when other banks say no, we say yes. We do look at visibility into getting a mortgage in the next couple of years. Our program and our option is not unique in that the longer one continues to rent, the more expensive it becomes to buy the house. That's true of all options. It's the time value of money. So we try and, as we looked at the program, we were like, what can we do in the next 1 or 2 year time frame to get someone mortgage qualified? If they meet the minimum requirements and we have the visibility, that's how we underwrite into getting a mortgage. We'll go ahead and approve them. We give them a roadmap to get there, unlike some of our competitors, because we're really interested in having our clients become homeowners, and the follow through and our numbers speak for themselves. So that's a little bit about who we are and why we created the company and what we're trying to accomplish, really turning renters into owners. So yeah, that's who we are. In terms of how it works for clients, it's a fairly easy process for both realtors. And when I speak to clients who say, hey, you know, we're not trying to be one size fits all. Obviously, you're in the driver's seat. Go ahead and go to www.dreamamerica.com. I wanted to mention both for Renee, and she'll point out her link, but it's really, you go to Renee's link, click on that, and, you know, check out our website. We have a 1-minute video overview that's fairly straightforward, that will talk about you know, what the Dream America program is, and then read through our FAQs. But the bottom line is, you know, how it works is, you, after checking out the facts and seeing whether or not it's a good fit for your goal of home ownership, go to Renee's website. You can get pre-qualified in 5 minutes. It will walk you through, free to apply, no impact on your credit score. You can verify proof of funds online. The minimums to qualify for the Dream America program are $4,000 income, $5,000 in savings available now, a 500 minimum FICO score, and 12 months of on-time housing payments verified. Once you go online and apply, it'll ask you some basic questions. The next step is always proof of funds. You know, we're not unique in that buying a home is expensive and does have cost to it. We have a 1% onboarding fee and a 1% earnest payment, which will get credited back to you along with 10% of all on-time rents. But the minimum cash necessary based on that is $5,000. So it'll ask you to verify that, yes, I have a minimum of $5,000 available. You can qualify online electronically, and then once that, it will ask you for income documents. If you do all of that in the same day, we'll have approval within 1 to 2 business days. And then you go out with your agent, and the experience is much the same as any home buying experience, and that you can pick any home that's for sale in one of our approved towns and communities. We'll purchase that home and list it back and lease it back to you for 12 months. There's no penalty to break the lease. We're trying to get people mortgage qualified. Whenever you do get your mortgage, you know, qualified for mortgage, you just purchase the home back from Dream America, move forward with your life. So that's really the basics. From an agent perspective, again, we're not trying, I would love to serve every need and every single individual. We realize that we have competitors and some good ones. And for many, we're a great fit. You know, if you're a first-time home buyer, or there's things that you're working on in your credit, have the income and savings necessary, as I said, then we'll give you a roadmap and work with you to get there. But you know, we are a great solution for many. And so, speaking about realtors, we don't want you to be, or we don't expect you to be, the only tool that you have in your toolkit. We're a great option for a lot of folks. In the event that we aren't a great option, I like to think that myself and my team tell the client outright, like, hey, this is a better fit. You should, you know, for many, they, you know, may not be ready yet. You know, continue to save, and you're better off, you know, if you're month-to-month leasing, working and qualifying outright, since you're like, you're, you know, you're right here. But where we are a good fit, we'll point that out too. For agents, we're cash buyers. We close in 2 weeks. We don't get involved in your commissions. That's between you and your broker. You are, the one caveat is, you're representing Dream America in the purchase of the home. And when we purchase the home at the outset, you get your full commission, as you always would on a cash sale seller. And then we give the client an option to purchase. And then when they're mortgage ready, they purchase from us.
but you can actually, let's see, somebody say, can't hear me at all. All right, I'm breaking up too. We got bad connection today, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Renee?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. Asia was
Okay.
breaking
Okay.
a little bit earlier, but
So
both of you have been
basically, what
fine
I
now.
was saying
I
was
am too.
that
Okay.
a lot of people
Okay.
are under the misconception that you have to buy a certain house, or there's like certain houses that you can only pick from being able to be a part of the program, which is, you mentioned earlier, is not true. Once you get pre-approved for a certain price uh, point, like you have a range, a price range that you can choose from, you will go out just like anyone else who wants to buy the home or buy a home and choose a house of your choice. One question I do have for you that I'm sure, and if you have questions, please put them in the chat box. If there's anything that you want to ask Kemp while he's on here, he'll only be on for a few more minutes with us, because I think he did a great job covering the majority of what he does and what the program has to offer. But I think another thing is, if I purchase a home through the Dream America program and I move in, let's say I want to paint the walls, let's say I want to add cabinets or do certain things to the house to make it my own, am I able to do those things when I move into the Dream America, the house?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, cosmetic repairs, painting, you know, doing carpeting and things like that. Absolutely. We really look at it as, you know, you are the owner of this house. You're going to be the owner of this house. And our clients treat it that way. And so, yes, cosmetic repairs absolutely are fine, and people do it every day. You know, major reconstruction, electrical, plumbing, roofing issues, redoing patios, you know, pulling the kitchen down to the studs, absolutely not. You know, that's something that, yes, you absolutely can address. We don't allow it during the lease portion of the loan, but cosmetic, absolutely. Once you purchase the house, that's really when, you know, you should go after those bigger chores. There's a reason for it too. You know, if you are improving the house when you're leasing from us, and you're taking the, you know, the kitchen walls down to the studs, and all of a sudden you're mortgage qualified, who knows how long those construction projects will last. So you go to get your FHA mortgage and they're like, no, these outlets are uncovered, the walls are uncovered. And it serves a purpose in that you're going to have to continue to rent from us, which is against what ultimately the client's goals are. So that's why we say cosmetic repairs and, you know, not major repairs.
I have a question. So if a person wants to buy the home before their 1 year lease is up, is that an option to buy it sooner, or you have to fulfill the 1 year?
Yeah, no, there's no fee to break the lease. And once you're mortgage qualified, you can, you know, get your mortgage and purchase the house from us at any time. We used to do more a la carte, saying 3 months, 7 months. Our legal department was always, you know, we need to streamline this. So we do a 1 year lease with a 6 and a 12-month purchase option to purchase the home. Many of our clients, not many, but a few of our clients have bought in months 1 and months 2. Obstacles that they thought were in the way were remediated, and they've purchased the home in 6 or 8 weeks. FHA does have a rule, and it's their rule, not ours, that there's a 90-day anti-flip and a 6-month indication identity of interest, which means that ourselves as an investor, to get an FHA mortgage, because there's an identity of interest, the client is leasing from us, and we have interest in that, the client cannot buy in 6 months. The clients that have bought in less than 6 months have pursued conventional loans, and they do it, you know, all of the time. A lot of our clients are mortgage qualified and want to use us for cash just to cash and competitiveness and don't want to wait for their mortgage contingency. So they use the Dream America program for that goal. Short answer is yes, absolutely. They can purchase the home at any time. There are, if they're pursuing FHA, there are FHA rules, not ours, that they're likely going to have to be leasing from us for a minimum of 6 months. Most of our clients buy in 9 to 15 months. That just seems to be the ballpark. We underwrite with a goal to get that client's mortgage qualified in around a year, meaning 6 to 18 months. We also don't have a crystal ball, and we also realize that life happens. So in the event that they're not mortgage qualified in 1 year, it's no problem. We just renew the lease and continue.
Let me ask you this question. So you said 15 months, so it can go a little over the 12 months. And the second part of, you guys help them get qualified, or do they have to go get their own lender and get qualified on their own?
Yeah, so just like with our realtors, that I hesitated because both of you guys are realtors. At the end of the day, our clients are free to choose their own realtors. And, that's the same thing that you guys would want too, meaning that, client, absolutely has to be tied to a Dream America realtor other than partnering with you all. Our realtors are extremely important to us. The client has the ability to choose their own realtor, and that's something that Dream America doesn't get involved in. Likewise, we have lending partners in every community that we're involved in. Our markets are Atlanta Metro. We're in the Southeast, so we are in Atlanta. In Florida, we're in Jacksonville, Tampa, Orlando, and Sarasota. And in Texas, we're in San Antonio and Dallas. We want to serve our market and serve it well and serve the realtors that are in those communities. So we will expand eventually, but we're quite happy with the markets that we're in. In the markets that we're in, we do have partnerships with local lenders. And sometimes those lenders give us eyes and ears in terms of some tougher questions, not, hey, Mrs. Smith has a 550 credit score and needs to get to 580. But if they're hard obstacles, we show the lender to get their advice, because obviously we want them to get mortgage qualified. Many times clients will ask us, hey, do you have a lender in Orlando, Florida? Answer, yes. A lot of times they've leaned on the lenders from their realtors or friends and family. So we do have partnerships, no skin in the game with them, just affiliations, as we have with you all in terms of referring business to you and having business referred back. Our lenders are the same. We do have lending partners in every area, and clients are welcome to use that. But if they want to use their own, they can.
Well, I do not have any more questions for you, Kemp. If anyone out there has any last minute questions, I don't want to ask Kemp. I would not keep him long. So if you want to throw your question in the chat really quick for him before he goes, go ahead and do so now. Again, Kemp, I really appreciate you coming on today and chatting with us.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you. Excellent. Okay. Well, if you hear me walking around and the dishwasher going, you'll know that. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Appreciate you.
Try and lock out.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. He's gone. Okay. Home Partners of America is here in the DMV area. The representative, unfortunately, is not available now. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because I've been using this program for maybe 3-4 years now with a couple of my potential clients. What you doing there, Renee, like I was last week? Oh, I think it's the earphones though, because my earphones were breaking up, so that's why I took them out and went speaker. So Home Partners of America, they're in like 33 states all around. They're even in Atlanta, Georgia too. But I've been using it in our area, in this area, the DMV area, Washington metropolitan area. And they started back in 2012, and they've helped over 62,000 families overall out of the states with the rent with option to buy. This program is a little different from the Dream America program in Atlanta, but it's still the same principle. It's the first thing is they do rent to up to 5 years, rent with option to buy up to 5 years instead of 1 year like Dream America. That's one of the differences that I noticed is that they give you 5 years for if you have something derogatory on your credit report or you need to save some more money. You basically get to go shopping for a house that you would want to buy. While you get your credit together, get your money together, whatever the situation be. Or you may say, I got cold feet. I ain't ready to make that big jump yet. Well, the rent to own option gives you that to test the water a little bit about being a homeowner because basically just about all the responsibility be on you. Not everything, because if something break down in the house, you can still call the management company to come fix it, but cutting your grass, removing the snow from your driveway, your sidewalk, that will be your responsibility. So things of that nature. But if something break down in the house, the management company will definitely send a repair person out for that. So that's a little, different. You still getting your feet wet as being a homeowner, but you don't have that responsibility to pay for mechanical things of that nature. Just minor things, like if the doorknob is loose, if your toilet gets stopped up, if you can't do it for plunger, you can probably call the management company too, and they'll come out and fix it if it's something major. But something else that they do, you're not obligated. So if you decide after your 1 year lease is up that you don't want to buy this house, you want out, you can, but you just have the option to stay there for 5 years. You're not obligated to buy or anything of that nature. You can just decline to renew your lease and move out. What else do I have? The purchase power in this area is 450 or less, 450,000 or less in this area here. And one other thing is, in certain neighborhoods, they're not going to let you buy in a neighborhood that the value is down. No, they want to buy in an area where the value is going up, and it's like an investment. So every year that you don't buy the property goes up in the price for you to purchase it. So people, my clients in the past, they bought within like a few months of owning, renting the property, so they wouldn't have to pay that higher price of the property. But I did have some this year who did use the property last year, not use the property, use the program, used it last year. Every year I have about 3 or 4 people who go through the program who are very happy and satisfied with the program. What are some of the requirements of the program? Your credit score has to be 600. You have to make at least $45,000 a year, and that can be combined income, not one person. So whoever the person with the higher credit score, 600 or above, you will be the main person. They only look at one person's credit report, and they look at the combined family's income. So they look at everybody who's going to be in the house 18 and over, who's working and have income coming in. They will utilize that to get up to the $45,000. So don't say, oh, I only make 30,000, 35,000 now. But if you have someone else, or you receiving child support, alimony, you have 3-4 jobs, all of that can count as to meeting the $45,000 minimum salary income. To apply for the program, they charge a $75 processing fee for the entire household. And two of the things different from Dream Partners in Georgia is if you're in Georgia, ATL, the Dream program only says, I think, like $5,000. With Home Partners of America, you have to have 2 months security deposit, and you have to have your first month's rent. So if you're going after rent for $2,500 a month paying, that's $7,500 you're going to need at the time. Once you find your house, and then a few weeks after that, you have to have all of that ready. So the month's rent is not due until you're about to move in, but the security deposit portion will be due once you say, I want this house, and the contract is ratified, because they pay cash, and that wins over all of the multiple offers, because that's how I win them, because they're paying cash and they close in 30 days or less. One time I had them, they closed in 2 weeks, and that was one of the things that got their offer accepted, because I said, oh, they can close in 2 weeks, and they did it because they were paying cash. So if you're thinking about rent option deposit, yes, ma'am. You have a question? Okay. Oh, it's within 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. 1 to 3 days. One I had on the same day. They gave me an answer the same day. So they're very quick with it. They work 7 days a week. So it's nonstop. Okay, email me. I will have my assistant put my email information in the chat, so you can just email. That's in the DMV area, right? Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. Email me. I'm gonna have her put my. I don't know. Did she put it up there yet? My email address in there. I can't see anything. But for my assistant, put my email address in there, which is Asia, ASIA, at Homes, HOMES by BY, Asia, ASIA, .com. Asia at homesbyasia.com. And I can email you, send me your information. I can email you the link, so you can be linked to me, to make sure I can assist you further with that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, new construction has to be like 95% done. So that it's just minor things that within 30 days, everything can basically be done. Because they normally don't, if it's a new build, they won't do it because it takes too long. They need to make sure that it can basically finish. Basically, I was going to say, what is that? Basically, the house has to be complete, almost finished, and it's this minor little touch-up things, so that they're ready to ever have all the permits, all that's done. So within 30 days, you can close on that home. So they will do new construction, but it has to be finished 30 days or less. Everything else is done. I have to look that one up, because they are in 33 states. They are. So I can, hold on, where am I? Let me go on my computer right quick, and I'll look it up and see. But I know they're in 33 states. But hold on. Any other questions while I mean, I could hear you all along, so I'm not sure anybody else, but I could hear you all along. So I'm gonna check for Arizona. I'm just gonna log on right quick and see in the portal, in the agent portal, to see for sure. But are there any other questions while I'm looking this up that I can answer while? Can they hear me? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna keep going then. Hey, week 2, we getting professional at this now. So, but go ahead and Well, who's saying they can't hear you? Who's saying they can't hear you? Because I can hear you fine. Oh. Okay, I'm here. I just saw my notes. Okay.
So we are back. Yes, I was here last week. I was in this same exact spot. And no technical difficulties at all whatsoever. So let me ask Asia back.
Okay.
All
Can you hear
right,
me?
we back. Y'all hear me?
I can hear you, but let's
What?
see if everybody else can hear you.
I know you can hear me the whole time. I don't know what that was. But, you know.
Come on back in, everybody.
The devil is busy.
2 more points to say about the program. Thank you so much for joining us back again.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, people. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you taking the time.
I do not have Boost Mobile. Thank you very much.
Good.
Look. Can you block people from these lines? I got somebody I'm trying to block.
Yes, Lord.
Oh man. I got somebody I'm trying to block. I ain't gonna name no names though.
Yeah, me
I ain't
either.
gonna say
But I think somebody who we may know very well, you know.
Yeah, I think it is somebody that's very close to us all.
Yes,
Us
very
both.
close.
About to get blocked. I couldn't even figure out how to get rid of the guest. I think that's something I have to figure out.
We gotta go back and look a little bit more. Somebody said boost. Oh no. I said boost. Oh, we still love you too. Hello, world. We still love you.
Yeah, we do. I can't wait till we bring on special guests. Let's see let's see who has Boost Mobile then.
Yes.
Talk about my phone. That's funny. Welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all for coming back. You know, because y'all, it's plenty of other things y'all could be doing with y'all lives. So I appreciate you all being here with us and taking on this wisdom. And even if it's not for you, just share it with somebody, because I'm sure we all know somebody who does not own a home and desires to do so and just not sure what steps to take to do that. So whatever you hear here, feel free to share information with other people. Feel free to share Asia's information, my information. You know, I know somebody here was asking about Arizona. Just because we don't live in an area doesn't mean that we can't help service you. We have connections all over the country.
Yes.
You know, we even have connections internationally. So at some point we will be talking about investments and like vacation investments and that kind of thing. I know people in Punta Cana and just different places that can sell real estate pretty much anywhere. So, you know, don't just leave it up to, you know, just randomly finding somebody to help you. We are here to help in many ways. And so, you know, we know people all over. So,
but Arizona, yes, they do offer it in Arizona too.
Okay. So hopefully the person that was here asking if the Home Partners program is available in Arizona, hopefully they are here. And the answer is yes. So Asia, go ahead and it looks like we got a lot of people that came back. So you can go ahead and finish your the few points that you didn't get to do.
Okay. I said about the security deposit. Yeah, it must be in an approved community. Like I was saying before, that it must be in an area where the value of homes are going up. It can't be in an area where they're not going up, because they're not going to invest in that. Nobody would do that. Who would invest in an area where it's not growing? It's going to grow your money. So So one of the requirements is you can't have been a pending bankruptcy. Yes, you can have had a bankruptcy, or you can be in a bankruptcy on a payment plan. They will accept that too. So, but it can't be pending. You're going through currently now. It has to be you've already been discharged and you're on a payment plan, or you got 100% discharge. I think that's chapter 13.7. I don't remember which one was totally wiped out. But you can utilize that if you're not currently in the bankruptcy. And no criminal nothing criminal. You know, you something on your record saying you were selling drugs or something like that. They will not want anyone with no criminal background to lease to. And it has to be at least 2 bedrooms, no more than 2 acres. They're not going to do 5 acres or anything like that, but it must be less than 2 acres. And they don't do short sales. No short sales, no real home, foreclosure homes. No foreclosures, no short sales. And nothing that needs like material defects or things like that. If you go in a house and the roof is leaking, they're not going to want to buy that. It has to be ready to move in homes. It could be older homes, but not before 1978. They don't want anything that old. But they do want, thank you. I see that chapter 7, 100%. Thank you, because I couldn't remember. Chapter 7 is 100%. Chapter 13 is when you have a payment plan to pay some of your debt back. Thank you so much. Let me like that. I hope. So the basic steps are for if you're interested in that. Number 1, email me and I'll send you out the link so you can fill in the information. Get approved is the first step. Or the second step, get approved. Email me first. That's the first step. Asia@homesbyasia.com. The second, in the DMV area, Metro Washington metropolitan area. In Atlanta, you email Renee for the DREAM programs. But for me, email us, and the second step will get approved. It only takes between 1 to 3 days to get approved. And then we start looking for your home. That's the next step. And then I call it HP for Home Partners of America, but they pay cash. Once we find your home, I write up the offer, submit it to the seller. Submit it to Home Partners of America. They review it. They say go for it. Submit it to the seller's agent, and the sellers review it. The sellers normally do accept an all cash offer. That is like my trump card. If you play spades, that's the trump card right there that gets you in the door, deal closed. So, right. And then, you decide, you rent the property, and then you decide if you want to buy it. You love the neighborhood, you love the school you're in, the district, all that, move forward and buying it. If you need loan officers to help you with the process, Renee and I, we do have people who we work with that can help you later on, or how soon, depending on how soon you want to try to purchase the home. So that is the gist of the program. Do you have any questions? Any other questions out there?
Got any questions? Put them in the chat.
Thank you for joining ESSSIEM 13, number 13. Appreciate it. Yeah. So did you guys find this? Is it helpful information that you can pass on to other people? I love the program. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, because it opens up so many opportunities for people to experience, the homeowners process.
Yeah, absolutely. And just based on the market that I think we're cooling off now, but based on the market we were just coming out of, or hopefully to a degree coming out of, that cash and close in 2 weeks, like you said, is definitely the trump card. Because when you're dealing with first-time home buyers, a lot of times they were losing out to big corporations that buying up everything and trying to rent it, or the FHA, the people that have to get the FHA loans. They didn't stand a chance. It was like cash and conventionals was like blowing everybody out the water. So definitely it was a way for the first-time home buyers to run in the race. So
what's the best way?
Is I'm gonna put my email address in the chat. Asia's gonna put hers in the chat. You can email us. You can direct message us right here on Instagram.
But if you're looking at link, also our link, the link.
Yeah, the links in our
And you can
bio.
click the link, right, for our bio,
Yeah.
so you can click that.
Yeah, links in our bio is going to give you how to contact us directly. You can schedule an appointment. Well, I know in mine, I can schedule an appointment. And we could do a consultation. Even if you just want to chat, take advantage of that. Don't think that you have to contact us just when you're ready to buy a home. I tell people all the time, even if you're not ready and you know you're not ready, still talk to your realtor. You know, call us up and we would love to talk to you about what it would look like to get ready. Because a lot of times people come to us when they think they're ready and then they're still not ready and then they get frustrated. So at the end of the day, I will talk to you. You know, if I have clients that I've been working with for over a year, just because it's taking them that amount of time to be able to get in the position to be home buyer ready. But, you know, as long as you're doing your part, you know, I don't waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. If you're not doing your part, then, you know, that's a different story. But if you are doing the things to position yourself for home ownership, neither one of us have a problem with actually just talking to you to try to help you get to that point. And so much so, unfortunately, our credit repair person could not be with us today. She had a conflict, but she is going to join us next week. So that's another big part of it, is just making sure that your credit is in order for you to be able to purchase, as well as, you know, talking to a lender. Like I mentioned last week, don't self-qualify, because I had a client who thought that she was going to have to go through a program like Dream America, only to find out she really was like 3 months out from qualifying on her own and not necessarily needing a program. So until you talk to a lender, which lenders are going to be here in about 2 weeks with us live, until you talk to a mortgage lender and find out exactly where you are, you really don't know, where you are. So have a conversation. Neither one of us, neither one of us have a problem. Where's the block button at? Neither one of us have a problem. This is what we do. I mean, we love real estate. We talk about it all the time. Eat, sleep, and this is what we do. So don't feel like you are, being a burden.
Not at all.
Calling us up and having a conversation. We would love to talk to you about it. So if there are no more questions, then
let me ask that one question for the $500 down. Dream, the person who came on before Kim said no, there is a certain amount, $5,000. Home Partners of America, depending on what you want your rent amount to be, that will be the money you need to put down. So it could be $2,000, it could be $6,000, it could be $10,000. I don't know, depending on how much home you want to purchase. I mean, what your rent to be. So
yeah, it's a percentage.
Yes, but yes, we love helping people, and we be on vacation together. And we talking about real estate, talking business. So we're supposed to be relaxing, but our mind is still going. What next we can do? What else? What do you do here? So we always bounce stuff off of one another. Just it's friendship, sisterhood, businesshood. Business. I said businesshood. Business. That we, bounce off one another. So we're always here. We're available. You can text us, email us, ask us. No question is a dumb question. No question is a dumb question, because we're thinking someone else may also be thinking it and scared to ask. If you don't want to ask here, you can text us. So text, email, or call us. So either way, we love to get that information out to different people just to help people. Because if you don't know, how would you know to do better by it?
You know what?
We don't co-sign for anyone. We don't have a Boost Mobile, so we're all on different cell. We have different cell phones. But yes. So, any other questions? Because we're about to hit the 2:00 hour.
Yep.
And next week, again, as Renee said, we will be bringing in a credit restoration person who is phenomenal in what she does. She's very good with educating you, teaching classes. She goes above and beyond to make sure, and all my clients who have been through it love her. love her, and their score has increased drastically. So she's a very good lady. So
Can't wait.
yes. So love
All
you
right.
too. Hello world.
Yes, hello world. We nothing but mad love for you, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, everybody. You got anything else, Asia?
Nope. No questions. That is it about the home buy. Oh, let me just recap. With Dream, I'm going to say Dream
Dream
Keys of America.
America.
Dream America. I don't know where I got the keys from. Oh, 5 keys. That's what I was thinking about, 5 keys. As he said, within 1 year you'll buy the home. You can buy the home within 1 year. They have lenders to help you there. And it was like a 1%, depending on the price of the house. It was like 1%. He said you have to put down like $5,000. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. If you're in the ATL area, Dream America is down there. They can help you with that. Home Partners America is in 33 states. They're also in ATL and the DMV area in Arizona and other areas. But you get to stay in the house 5 years, up to 5 years. And it depended on what you want your rent amount to be will determine how much your deposit is. But it will be 2 months deposit plus your first month's rent. Can
I say one more thing? I don't think he mentioned about Dream America. Is that a percentage? Did he say? I can't remember. But there's like
1%. 1%.
I think it's 10% of your rent goes towards your down payment.
Okay,
So
that's the difference.
yeah. So as you're paying your rent, 10% of that goes toward. Because I know I had one client was like, well, why don't I just stay where I am? If I'm only going to get 10% of my rent going towards my down payment. So I was like, well, how much of your rent is going towards your down payment right now? If you stay where you at? Absolutely nothing. So I would rather 10% go towards it than nothing at all. So, but yeah, I don't think you mentioned that earlier. But
oh, that's good because that's not what Home Partners America. You just get your security deposit back, and that's about you get your security deposit back. So whatever amount that is, they don't do no. They like you living in a house. That's.
Hey, whatever works though. I mean, I'm excited about just the fact that both programs are out there for everybody. So, but all right, well, thank you all again.
You're welcome. Everyone who joined, saying thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. And please come back next week. Tell a friend. Bring a +1 when you come.
Yes. Or +2, 3, 4.
Yes, exactly. Bring the whole crew. Bring your adult children. Let's get them in there as young adults. 18 or over, they can buy a house. So
as long as they have a job with some income, they must have income.
Yeah, but let's make it how they say it on the internet. Let's make it what they say to when you're trying to say let's normalize. Let's normalize our young people buying homes. So yeah, let's make it like a normal thing to do. But anyway, you all enjoy. Please excuse my background noise. I had to take out my my earbuds. So I'm picking up a little bit of everything. But thank you all for joining. We will see y'all next week, same time, next Thursday. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.